wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever.
Now, when the Father checked Job in the 38th chapter, what did he say, sang to him?
Morning star.
The morning star. And we know that the stars were who? They were angels.
Right.
So now read that next verse with your new mind. 13.
Raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars.
They wandering angels. So a wandering angel is the opposite of being holy. So we have a Holy Spirit, which is an angel. What's the opposite of a Holy Spirit? Start with a D.
Demons.
There you go.
Okay.
Wandering angels.
Angels and demons.
There's our demons. Hell charged up. To whom is reserved the blackness, darkness forever, where there will be gnashing of teeth and will be burning. Verse 14.
Okay.
And Hanok also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, Yahweh cometh with 10,000s of his saints.
So when Yahushua second return, he's going to destroy them because they're going to be among those that's going to perish. It says Enoch prophesied. Prophesied means to predict the future by inspiration of the Holy Spirit. So he prophesied by the inspired spirit of the Most High. Let's go back to Genesis. Because if the book said that Enoch prophesied, I want to read what Enoch prophesied. Let's go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter. You want to do 5?
No, you said 2nd.
I had said 2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, you right, 5.
Oh.
Enoch 5. Sneaker.
Enoch 5.
Yeah.
Rashid, chapter 5.
We got that?
I'm all over the place. In the beginning of the beginning, huh? Okay, let's look at verse. You gonna start 18?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Genesis 5 and 18, you all.
And Yared lived 162 years, and he begat Hanok. And Yared lived after he begat Hanok 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Yared were 962 years, and he died. And Hanok lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. And Hanok walked with Elohim after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat grandsons and daughters. And all the days of Hanok were 365 years. And Hanok walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him.
Now, if he walked with the Father for how long?
365.
You know this man was getting information from Yah. And you know he was writing it down. And how do we know? Jude just told us. But the next question, where is the writings?
Because after that verse, you do not see
no more.
No more.
Because the power that's under the influence of these beings told the one that's in charge to get rid of the writings.
Right. Don't expose us.
That's exactly. The powers that be. But the Father didn't allow them to get rid of it totally. Because I got it right here. The book of Enoch. Right. And the Father will not allow them to destroy it totally. And we're going to read, after the break, some of Enoch's writings. So we see that Enoch walked with the Father for 300-some years. And he prophesied.
Yep. And it said that for each year that he walked with Yah, there was a book written.
Oh, wow.
Because he wrote over 300-some books.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing in the scriptures that these prophets done spoke Enoch done already said.
Right.
Isaiah, Jeremiah, all of them were students of Enoch. All of them. Why do you think this man quoting Enoch?
Yep.
Because all of them were students of Enoch. Enoch was the first one to ascend to all the levels of heaven and write about it. Them other brothers, Isaiah, them confirmed it.
Confirmed it, yep.
Let's go to 2 Peter. So Enoch, Jude just told us that Enoch prophesied, and he prophesied to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that the ungodly among them and all their their unrighteous deeds which they have unrighteous committed, and all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against them. Then he goes on to say they are murderers, complainers, walking after their own lust, covetousness. Their mouth speaks great swelling words, having men's persons admirations because of advantages. So in other words, he's showing attributions of these spirits. So if you got any attributes of these spirits that slept with these women, then you would be among those. 2 Peter, let's go to 2 and 1.
Shimon Kifa, 2 Peter 2 and 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the master that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Do that need any explanation? That is so self-explanatory.
You got your own examples, you know.
Man, and that was before his time and after his time. This brother's prophesying. Verse 2.
And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
So you're going to know them by the fruit that they bear.
And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you. Ooh. Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
See that word covetousness? That's why in the Ten Commandments it tells us thou shalt not covet. Covetousness, it just simply means a forbidden desire. Lusting after something that you ain't supposed to have. You lusting. You know, you coveting your neighbor's wife. You lusting after something that is forbidden. Thou shalt not be a coveter. Stop lusting after stuff, because you're going to get it, and you're going to wish you had never got it.
Praying to miss. Yep.
Verse 4.
For if Elohim spared not the Malachim, the angels that sinned.
Oh, stop right there. Wait a minute. Wait. The Father spared not the what angels that sinned? So is he talking about Satan them in heaven? Because where was a law that was given to Satan them in heaven that they transgressed? Just think about that for a minute. Read that one more time, Israel.
For if Elohim spared not the Malachim, the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved until judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person.
So he's talking about this in the same breath, ain't he?
Yep.
The angels that sinned prior to the flood.
Yep.
What did them angels do prior to the flood? Well, it told us in Genesis the 6th chapter. They looked upon the women and slept with them. Because they were not sent here to sleep with them women.
Right.
They were sent here to watch and guard mankind. Sleeping with angels. If you ever listening to what's the guy name in Christendom, that's all he talked about was the sisters in the church sleeping with the angels. Eckhart.
Oh, John.
John Eckhart.
Yeah, John Eckhart.
All he talked about is the name of angels and ones that they sleep with. I think he had a relationship with angels. He would call them by name and everything.
He got some information.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, and when we got the book of Enoch, I'm like, he was reading Enoch. And he was twisting it up, jacking it up. So it says, y'all spared not the old world. What old world? Prior to the flood. When the angels sinned. How did they sin? They slept with women.
Yep.
And it says, but save who? Noah, the eighth person, a teacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the unrighteousness. Verse 6.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live unrighteously.
Ain't that the same thing we read earlier? Yahushua said the same thing, didn't he? He compared the time of Noah, he compared the time of Sodom and Gomorrah until the last days. And that's what we submit to you today. The days of Noah, the days of Lot, and the last days are all identical. 3 blind mice, all of them, the same time. All right, verse 7.
And delivered just Lot, vexed with the